The sun rises slowly over calm blue water. The waves are quiet, the air still. But beneath that calm, something unusual is happening. American military vehicles line the docks, helicopters hum in the distance, and the sound of fighter jets echoes faintly across the bay. Within moments, the calm morning transforms into a stage for one of the most intriguing demonstrations the region has seen in years. The exercise was called Medical Spider, and it caught everyone's attention. Filipinos were surprised, analysts were alert, and across the Indo-Pacific, militaries began to take note. What exactly was the U.S. Marine Corps showcasing in Subic Bay? And why here at this particular moment? To understand that, we have to go back in time. For decades, Subic Bay was a symbol of U.S. power in the Pacific. During the Cold War, it was the largest American naval base outside the continental United States, home to ships, aircraft, and thousands of sailors. When U.S. forces withdrew in 1992, the base became a Philippine commercial zone, a proud statement of sovereignty. For a long time, Subic Bay represented independence. A chapter closed, but history has a way of circling back. 3 decades later, the bay has once again become the focus of global attention, not because of war, but because of strategy. The Philippines has reemerged as one of the most important partners in the Indo-Pacific. Through the 2014 Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, known as EDCA, the United States and the Philippines renewed military cooperation, allowing rotational presence, joint training, and the prepositioning of equipment. Subic Bay, although not one of the original EDCA sites, has quietly regained strategic importance. Its deepwater port, robust infrastructure, and the central location make it an ideal hub for logistics, training, and regional coordination. In the context of rising tensions in the South China Sea, Subic is once again becoming a frontline asset. That's why the U.S. Marines Medical Spider demonstration here matters. Witnesses described a coordinated strike simulation. Multiple aircraft, support helicopters, drones feeding live data to ground control, and precision engagements on mock targets. It looked like a scene from a war film, but every move was deliberate, calculated, and tightly controlled. The phrase medical spider itself sparked curiosity. No official briefing has defined what it stands for, and no known U.S. system carries that name publicly. Analysts suspect it could be a code name for a multi-layered exercise, combining medical evacuation drills, rapid response air support, and sensor integration. Others suggest it may represent a classified communications or targeting network. Whatever the case, it was clear that this wasn't just about firepower. It was about coordination, speed, and technology. The Subic Bay exercise simulated what military strategists call a joint rapid strike. Within minutes, sensors detected targets, data was shared through secure channels, and aircraft responded in near real time. Executed a quick intervention, possibly representing a medical retrieval scenario. The entire operation emphasized one key principle of modern warfare: agility. For the U.S. Marines, agility is everything. Gone are the days of massive permanent bases and slow logistical chains. The modern doctrine is built on what they call Expeditionary Advanced Base Operations, or EABO, small mobile units that can deploy quickly, strike, and move before being targeted. Subic Bay's location and facilities make it the perfect test bed for this kind of flexible warfare. The demonstration also carried a strong symbolic message. In the middle of growing friction in the South China Sea, where Philippine vessels have clashed repeatedly with foreign Coast Guard ships, the presence of American Marines conducting a precision strike drill was a clear signal of readiness and alliance. Locally, the reaction was mixed. Some Filipinos expressed pride in seeing the country at the center of such a major exercise, viewing it as reassurance that the Philippines is not standing alone. Others were more cautious, warning that overt demonstrations could provoke tension or invite escalation. Government officials, however, emphasized that all activities were coordinated and mutually agreed upon under existing defense frameworks. For the armed forces of the Philippines, the benefits are clear. Exercises like this provide first-hand experience with U.S. systems, command integration, and real-time joint control, skills essential for a modernized force. The Philippines has long aimed to strengthen its capabilities. From maritime surveillance to air defense, and cooperation with the U.S. Marines offers valuable exposure to these advanced doctrines. The name Medical Spider may sound unusual, but in the military world, names often serve as placeholders. blending technical objectives with operational code. The medical aspect could refer to integrated casualty evacuation or combat medical response within a live operation. The spider component might relate to networked sensors or defensive coordination systems. The truth may remain classified, but the intent was clear. Demonstrate how the U.S. Marines can connect every element of the battlefield, from drones to medics, under one unified command structure. Strategically, this demonstration fits perfectly into the evolving defense partnership between the U.S. and the Philippines. Over the past few years, both sides have deepened cooperation through training, intelligence sharing, and joint patrols. Subic Bay has emerged as a vital logistics hub, close enough to potential flashpoints, yet safe enough for operations and maintenance. Beyond the immediate military aspect, the Subic Bay event also highlights how modern warfare is evolving. Success on the battlefield today depends not only on firepower, but on information. Data links, communication latency, and network security have become as critical as missiles or aircraft. The medical spider demonstration showed how real-time data, shared across air, land, and sea, can transform coordination and response. Even the inclusion of a medical or evacuation component carries meaning. Modern operations demand not only precision in combat, but also resilience, the ability to recover, treat, and sustain personnel under pressure. In this sense, the exercise wasn't just about destruction, but about survivability. As the operation concluded, U.S. and Philippine teams reportedly conducted debriefs, evaluating communication efficiency, response timing, and integration. These after-action reviews are standard practice, but in this context, they carry extra weight. Each iteration refines the alliance's ability to act as one. Observers say this event marks a turning point for Subic Bay. Once a quiet commercial zone, it's now a dual-use facility, part civilian, part strategic. The local economy benefits from logistics and trade, while the military benefits from world-class infrastructure. The transformation mirrors the Philippines itself, balancing sovereignty with strategic necessity. Globally, analysts see the Subic demonstration as part of a pattern, a series of allied activities stretching from Japan to Australia. Each event is a reminder that U.S. presence in the region is not fading. It's evolving. Smaller footprints, smarter logistics, stronger partnerships. Still, questions remain. What exactly does spider refer to? Was this a test of a new integrated system? Or was it simply a codename meant to disguise routine drills? Until official confirmation is released, much of the detail remains speculation. But the broader implications are undeniable. The alliance is adapting to meet modern challenges, and Subic Bay is once again at the heart of that adaptation. As night fell over Subic Bay after the demonstration, the harbor lights flickered across calm water. The aircraft had departed, the vehicles were silent, but the symbolism lingered. For some, it felt like history repeating itself. For others, it was proof that history can evolve. That the same place which once symbolized departure now represents return, cooperation, and trust. The message is clear. Deterrence in the Indo-Pacific doesn't come from words alone, it comes from readiness. From partnerships that are visible, credible, and coordinated. And that readiness, showcased in the Subic Bay exercise, sends a message not just to one audience, but to the entire region. The world has changed since the Cold War, but geography hasn't. The Philippines still stands at the crossroads of East and West, and Subic Bay remains its strategic gateway. Exercises like Medical Spider remind everyone, allies and adversaries alike, that this gateway is open, active, and defended. When the footage of the exercise began circulating online, people called it shocking, surprising, even mysterious. But perhaps the real shock isn't the demonstration itself. It's how fast the regional order is shifting. The Indo-Pacific is becoming the world's defining arena for military innovation, alliance strategy, and geopolitical balance. And Subic Bay, once again, is part of that story. In the end, the sound of jet engines faded, replaced by the quiet rhythm of the sea. The day's activity was over, but its message remained. That preparedness and partnership are the twin pillars of peace. The Philippines and the United States are no longer bound by history's weight. They are joined by purpose. Their cooperation displayed at Subic Bay is not about confrontation, it's about stability. It's a reminder that in a world of uncertainty, alliances still matter. Subic Bay stands as a bridge between past and future, a place where the lessons of history meet the realities of modern defense. And if the world was truly shocked by what happened here, maybe that shock is a good thing. A wake-up call that peace requires readiness, and readiness requires partnership. As the lights of Subic Bay fade into the night, one image remains clear. Aircraft lined along the pier, crews working in quiet synchronization, and a horizon that feels heavy with purpose. In that image lies the essence of the moment, calm, deliberate, and powerful. This is the new Subic Bay. Not just a harbor, but a symbol of how nations prepare for peace in a changing world.